After King Harris unleashed his newest track, fresh footage of 50 Cent's affiliates spotted near T's mansion has exploded online, sending fans into a whirlwind of speculation. What exactly were they doing there? And how does this connect to the ever-escalating rap feud? The internet is buzzing non-stop, and the behind-the-scenes details are even more shocking. Let's break it down. To understand why reports surfaced of 50 Cent's crew around T's property, we need to trace the chain of events that brought us here. This didn't just happen out of nowhere. It all started with a conversation about a potential versus battle. The roots of this latest round go back to talks of a versus face-off. T.I. shied his side on $1 million worth of game, recounting the exchange. According to T.I., he approached 50 Cent to make the versus happen, and the discussion initially seemed positive. T.I. and 50 Cent have been at odds ever since, stemming from T's frustration over 50 Cent backing out of a versus he allegedly agreed to in the first place. Let's get this straight. T.I. says he pitched the idea, 50 Cent seemed on board, but then, according to T.I., 50 Cent pulled out. T.I. has openly stated he has no respect for 50 Cent, insisting he agreed to the versus and then reneged. The situation ignited when T.I. went public with the story on his podcast on February 27, 2026. That was the spark. 50 Cent, predictably, didn't take kindly to being called out on a podcast. Unwilling to let it slide, he responded by slamming T.I. in an Instagram comment, labeling him King Rat. For anyone familiar with hip-hop culture, that's not just an insult, it's a serious accusation, implying T.I. is a snitch. But T.I., no stranger to such claims, didn't remain silent. He fired back, stating, "You playing on my name? When only one of us is a rat in real life. You know I got your paperwork, right? My transcript is online for everyone to see. Your excuses are meaningless. Get your expletive in the box or STFU and live in fear. You soft son, you've lost my respect." That response from T.I. made one thing crystal clear. He was not stepping back. He was ready to go all the way, and he didn't stop there. T.I. did something almost no one saw coming. He brought the feud into his music. On that very same day, February 22nd, T.I. dropped a roughly 100-second preview of a track titled War. While he didn't name 50 Cent directly, the lyrics were a pointed warning to anyone thinking of provoking him. On Instagram, he teased, "Oh, you 966 ads want war. I'm on that." This snippet appears to be just a taste of a longer version of War, likely to feature on T's final album, Kill the King, set for release later in 2026. That detail is crucial. This isn't just another track, it's T's farewell to the rap game. Since his debut, he's called himself the King of the South, and claiming the crown also paints a target on your back. In chess, the ultimate goal is to kill the king, and fittingly, Kill the King is the title of his swan song. From the very start, it was clear this wasn't a casual beef. It's tied to T's legacy, and 50 Cent's response to the versus call-out showed the sentiment was mutual. Neither man intended to back down. But at that point, it was still a one-on-one battle, 50 Cent versus T.I. That all changed the very next day, when 50 Cent escalated things by dragging an entire family into the fray. He posted a photo of T's wife, Tiny Harris. Tiny Harris. What began as a standard rap feud took a sharp, personal turn over the weekend when 50 Cent shared an unflattering photo of Tiny Harris, T's wife. He captioned it with a blunt warning for T.I. to keep his name out of 50 Cent's mouth. "I keep saying, keep my name out your mouth." That was the moment T's son, King Harris, stepped into the spotlight. The back and forth between 50 Cent and T.I. on social media sparked a fresh layer of conflict, this time between 50 Cent and King Harris. By posting that controversial photo of Tiny Harris, 50 Cent had unwittingly drawn the next generation into the battle. King Harris, unhesitant and direct, launched his counterattack online, also invoking 50 Cent's late mother, Sabrina Jackson. The instant 50 Cent involved Tiny Harris, King Harris made his stance unmistakably clear. That single act transformed the feud from a standard rap beef into a full-blown family affair. And what followed escalated things further, from social media rants to studio diss tracks, from Instagram posts to music releases, from playful jabs to moments that skirted the edge of what anyone expected. After 50 Cent posted that photo of Tiny Harris, King Harris, the 21-year-old son of T.I., didn't hesitate. He fired back immediately. He took to Instagram comments, writing the direct, cutting line, "Where you mama?" A pointed reference to 50 Cent's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, who passed away in 1983 when 50 Cent was still a child. But King Harris didn't stop there. He escalated his response in Instagram stories, delivering a relentless, profanity-laced defense of his mother while simultaneously taunting 50 Cent. The posts left no ambiguity. This was a raw, unfiltered confrontation. The language was explicit, the intent unmistakable. King Harris demanded that 50 Cent cease disrespecting his family. Nothing subtle. Nothing coded. This was full frontal. King Harris didn't hold back in his assault on 50 Cent, and he wasn't stopping anytime soon. He dug up old photos, reminded the world of 50 Cent's past controversies, and went full throttle online to put him on blast in defense of his father, T.I. He called out 50 Cent for the 2000 shooting, criticized him for dissing Lil' Kim after a rumored romance, accused him of being outsold and humiliated by Kanye West, and more. Now, 50 Cent is legendary for his trolling. He's been perfecting it for 2 decades, but the dynamic here was different. The feud now included King Harris, a 21-year-old stepping into the spotlight, bridging the gap between the original battle of veteran rappers and the next generation. And this younger voice was fearless, relentless, and unapologetic. 50 Cent retaliated in his signature style. He shared a graphic made by YouTuber 050 The Movement featuring photos of King Harris and Tiny Harris, captioned, "God don't like ugly." He didn't stop there. He posted another image mocking both Tiny and King Harris, and then took several more shots on Instagram at the trap pioneer and his family. All of this unfolded while 50 Cent was promoting the 2026 Broadway revival of August Wilson's Joe Turner's Come and Gone, which he executive produced, with opening night on April 25th. His Instagram caption read, "No rappers, no bad BBLs, no little __ up albino kids, just sold out Broadway." Many interpreted this as a direct jab at King Harris and Tiny Harris. But King Harris was quick to strike back. He shared a photo of 50 Cent in court, referencing domestic violence allegations, and called him out for only targeting women, adding, "Bring that smoke to the chimney." Meanwhile, T.I. remained focused on his own strategy. T.I. wasn't holding back either. He jumped into the fray with his own musical arsenal. In recent days, he dropped 2 diss tracks, War and Right One, both targeting 50 Cent. On Right One, T.I. took aim at 50 Cent's ex, Daphne Joy, referencing her past relationship with Diddy. With these releases, T.I. made it clear the feud wasn't just online, it was now embedded in his music. So at this stage, the battlefield was fully set. T.I. dropping tracks, King Harris relentlessly attacking 50 Cent on social media, and 50 Cent firing back with memes, images, and sharp insults. Every post, every story, every comment was under scrutiny by fans and the internet alike. This also marked the second time in 2026 that 50 Cent found himself entangled in conflict with a rapper's son, following his earlier feud with Christian King Combs. He was already dealing with one young challenger, and now King Harris was stepping up to the plate, taking the battle from comments and social media straight into the studio. On February 24th, King Harris unleashed his own diss track, Made Man. The 21-year-old didn't hold anything back, calling out the mogul directly for disrespecting his mother, making it clear that this wasn't just entertainment, this was personal. He dropped the track across digital streaming platforms and shared a snippet of the music video on social media, leaving no doubt about his position. Made Man was explicit and unambiguous. The lyrics addressed 50 Cent's recent antics online, with bars that directly confronted the Queen's rapper. Every line made it evident. For King Harris, this feud had crossed a line, and he was determined to defend his family while staking his claim in the conflict. The track appeared to be a direct response to 50 Cent posting an unflattering image of T's wife, Tamaka Tiny Harris, after T.I. mentioned him on an episode of $1 Million Worth of Game. What set Made Man apart wasn't just the lyrics, it was the timing. T.I. had already dropped War and Right One, and King Harris had been embroiled in a back and forth with 50 Cent on Instagram for days. When he released this track, it immediately started circulating. Fans shared it, reacted to it, and it dominated the conversation across every hip-hop platform. Made Man positioned King Harris not only as T's son defending his family, but also as someone staking his own claim in this feud. Family defense was front and center, with T's name woven into the conflict, making it clear that King Harris had fully embraced the battle. But King Harris didn't stop at music. He kept pushing, posting additional content and continuing to rile up 50 Cent. Since jumping into the feud, he's been a relentless thorn in 50 Cent's side, using diss tracks, Instagram posts, and even what he claimed were authentic legal documents painting 50 Cent as a snitch. These weren't just empty threats. King Harris went as far as sharing alleged FBI documents, claiming that 50 Cent cooperated in the 2009 Lel Fletcher murder case. This move intensified the feud, drawing even more attention to the battle between T.I., his family, and 50 Cent. Nothing was off limits. King Harris was holding nothing back, digging up evidence from over a decade ago. The escalation was clear. First it was words, then music, and now documents. The feud had evolved into a multi-layered conflict, spanning social media, diss tracks, and potentially explosive real-world claims, all fueled by King Harris's unwavering defense of his family. Then the feud escalated further. Legal documents started circulating on social media. Around this time, 50 Cent did something unexpected. After initially taking multiple shots at Tiny Harris and responding to King Harris on Instagram, 50 Cent suddenly deleted all of his posts about T.I. and King Harris. This was remarkable. The man known for never backing down, never deleting posts, and never retreating had wiped his page clean of all content related to the family feud. But King Harris wasn't letting up. He immediately reposted old allegations about 50 Cent, keeping the pressure high, and Made Man continued to circulate, fueling discussions across social media. Just when it seemed like the conflict would remain online, new footage emerged, shifting the entire conversation. To understand why seeing 50 Cent's affiliates near T's mansion mattered, you need to understand how he operates. This wasn't the first time 50 Cent used physical presence and visual evidence as a strategy. Just days before this situation escalated, he had employed the same tactic against Jim Jones. On February 20th, the Queen's mogul shared surveillance footage that appeared to show Jim Jones trying to kick in the door of his Bronx podcast studio. The clip quickly went viral. 50 Cent posted videos and photos on Instagram, including one of himself standing with the building owner. The footage clearly showed Jones repeatedly kicking the door before gaining access, while 50 Cent delivered a direct and intimidating warning: "Sam is my partner. I own the joint. Now you're going to fix every door you kick or I'm going to kick your ass, Jimmy. By Monday, you're destroying my property." But 50 Cent didn't just rely on the footage. He amplified the message by posting alongside the landlord, sending a clear signal that he had influence over the situation. He didn't stop at the footage. 50 Cent posted eviction notices, and just hours later, uploaded a second image, this one showing an eviction notice addressed to Joseph Jones, further escalating the public clash. The message was clear: "I am here. I know the people around your business, and I have access to your world." Even the first line, "Damn, bro. This wouldn't happen if we was friends," carried more than casual commentary. It signaled authority, influence, and protection. This is classic 50 Cent strategy: surveillance footage, physical presence, appearing where you're least expected, connecting with people in your opponent's circle, and making sure the world sees it. He executed this perfectly with Jim Jones. Now, fast forward to the King Harris situation. Made Man was going viral. He had posted alleged FBI documents, and 50 Cent had deleted his posts. Suddenly, new footage emerged showing individuals connected to 50 Cent's network in close proximity to T's mansion. Social media lit up. Fans and commentators alike were asking, what were 50 Cent's affiliates doing near T's property? Was it a coincidence, or a deliberate statement? Was it the same kind of move he had pulled on Jim Jones, showing up in your space just to make a point? This wasn't the first time 50 Cent had taken things offline. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson had one of his busiest news weeks in early 2026, landing a major Netflix role, trolling Jim Jones out of a studio, reigniting beef with Floyd Mayweather, and keeping his decades-long dual rivalry simmering. He was managing multiple feuds simultaneously while running a vast entertainment empire. On top of that, he was promoting the 2026 Broadway revival of August Wilson's Joe Turner's Come and Gone, which he executive produced. 50 Cent had also landed a major role alongside Kim Kardashian, Eva Longoria, Nikki Glaser, and Brenda Song in a Netflix project. 50 Cent isn't just a rapper scrolling through Instagram at home. He's a mogul with influence in every city, every industry, and a network of people who act on his behalf. So when footage surfaced showing his affiliates near T's property in Atlanta, a city where T.I. is a legend, where he built his empire, people immediately took notice. Considering the context, the fallout from the Versus dispute, the controversial photo of Tiny Harris, King Harris's social media tirades, the diss tracks, the FBI documents, and 50 Cent deleting posts, this footage carried weight. It was more than coincidence, it felt intentional. Even law enforcement got involved, albeit in a humorous way. The South Fulton Police Department posted a tongue-in-cheek message about the ongoing lyrical dispute between T.I. and 50 Cent. Their Facebook post read, "No units dispatched for vocabulary disputes," clearly poking fun at the viral hip-hop exchange. The post quickly went viral itself, highlighting just how big this feud had become. People in Atlanta were talking. People nationwide were talking. And with footage showing 50 Cent's affiliates near T's mansion, the conversation shifted. This wasn't just social media or music anymore, it was a real-world clash, where online beef began bleeding into physical territory. As of now, the feud between 50 Cent, T.I., and King Harris is one of the most talked-about conflicts in hip-hop in 2026. The timeline tells the story. It all started on February 22nd, when T.I. called out 50 Cent on $1 million worth of game about the potential Versus battle. That conversation, initially appearing simple, quickly spiraled into one of the most explosive rap conflicts in recent memory. 50 Cent responded by calling T.I. King Rat, and T.I. fired back by dropping war. Things escalated quickly. 50 Cent posted the controversial photo of Tiny Harris, prompting King Harris to launch his Instagram tirade. 50 Cent then went further, releasing memes and insults aimed at both King Harris and Tiny Harris. Not to be outdone, T.I. dropped Right One, while King Harris posted a photo of 50 Cent in court. Amid all this, 50 Cent promoted his Broadway show, taking subtle jabs at the family, and King Harris responded with his track Made Man on February 24th. The feud intensified when King Harris shared alleged FBI documents, and shortly after, 50 Cent deleted his posts about the family. Even with some posts gone, 50 Cent, likely joking, told fans he was preparing for a slow news day, though the ongoing back and forth with T.I. and King Harris suggested otherwise. Then, just as people thought the battle would remain online, new footage emerged showing 50 Cent's affiliates at T's mansion, bringing the story full circle and giving the feud a real-world edge. What do we actually know about this footage? We know it exists, and social media users have been linking it to everything that happened over the past week. 50 Cent has a documented pattern of leveraging physical proximity and surveillance footage as a tactic. He did the same thing to Jim Jones just days earlier. The surveillance footage from February 19th only added fuel to an already simmering conflict. 50 Cent's posts blend humor and intimidation, his signature trolling style delivering a clear warning. Meanwhile, King Harris hasn't backed down. Even after 50 Cent deleted posts, King Harris kept reposting, maintaining pressure. Since stepping into the feud to defend his father, King Harris has become a relentless thorn in 50 Cent's side, dropping diss tracks, sharing legal documents that allegedly paint 50 Cent as a snitch, and keeping the spotlight on his family. Beyond the drama, this feud highlights a bigger picture, the generational dynamics in hip-hop. Tensions between 50 Cent and T.I. have officially spilled over to the next generation, making this more than a battle between two rap legends. It's a family affair that's reshaping the landscape of 2026 hip-hop. The generational impact is clear. King Harris is just 21 years old. 50 Cent is a seasoned mogul with decades in the game. T.I. is preparing his final album. And the fact that all three are actively involved, through music, social media, legal documents, and now footage near a private residence, shows just how 2026 hip-hop feuds operate. They are no longer limited to one platform or medium. They spill over into every space where influence and attention matter. Tiny Harris, the catalyst for King Harris's entry into the feud, has remained publicly silent. Meanwhile, T.I. has been laser-focused on his music, dropping tracks like War and Right One. King Harris has doubled down on social media and legal documents, keeping pressure on 50 Cent, who, despite joking about expecting a slow news day, has been managing this conflict while juggling his ongoing feuds with Jim Jones, Floyd Mayweather, his Netflix projects, Broadway production, and his decades-long dual rivalry. In short, he's running 5 major feuds and a media empire simultaneously. Interestingly, amidst all this chaos, T.I. earned his first solo Billboard Hot 100 entry in over a decade with Let Him Know, peaking at number 50 on the chart dated February 21st. Ironically, the versus battle that 50 Cent refused to do might have generated less publicity than this feud has. The newly surfaced footage at T's mansion is the latest piece of this puzzle. Whether it's a deliberate message, a coincidence, or something in between, it has added a whole new layer to the conflict, extending it beyond social media into real-world stakes. It raises questions. Is 50 Cent preparing to take things further? Will King Harris respond again? Will T's final album contain even more shots at 50 Cent? One thing is certain, this feud is far from over, and the world is watching every move. It doesn't look like this feud is ending anytime soon. King Harris has spoken his truth through music. T.I. has voiced his side in his tracks. 50 Cent has made his position clear on Instagram. And now, with footage suggesting that the battle may have moved from online to real-world proximity, the stakes feel higher than ever. The internet is watching. Atlanta is watching. And whatever unfolds next will almost certainly hit someone's Instagram before the day is done. That's the reality of this conflict. That's the story as it stands. And one thing is certain, at the speed this week has moved, something new is bound to happen, and when it does, we'll be here to break it down. So, what do you think? Is 50 Cent sending a calculated message? Did King Harris cross a line? Should T.I. have kept this feud private between himself and 50 Cent? The conversation is just getting started.